Last time on Entertaining People, we were planning our Alfresco outdoor party. Today, join us as we bring our guests in and the party begins. I'm Porter William, and I've been entertaining, event planning, and cooking for over 25 years. Finally, I get to share my secrets with you. No matter if you have a one-room apartment or a grand scale estate, we'll learn how to entertain from San Francisco to the beaches of Spain, from menu planning to tablescapes. I'll teach you how to entertain from the heart. From a memory, make a memory. Join me as we entertain the world one table at a time, next on Entertaining People. Well, we're on to our dessert for our Alfresco lunch, and sometimes you have to cook out of order when you're entertaining. In other words, not in the exact order that it's going to go to the table, and that's what we're going to do now. We're going to want these to chill down a little bit. So what we're actually having is a barbecued peach, if you can believe that, with a chocolate gelato and an amaretto splash on the top, an almond liqueur. And it starts with just one beautiful, fresh, ripe peach and a knife. It's that simple. I'm going to just slice it. We'll move right into it. Now when you do this, you're going to see that can be a little bit difficult. You want to try to get the peach apart without destroying the beauty of it, just like that. So a little twist, and we've got everything we need. A bit of salt and a little bit of sugar, and I'm just going to dab that peach in the sugar, just like that. And I'm just going to keep going, one by one, just like that. Let's take some of our salt. Salt brings out sugar. Remember that, the flavor. Quickly salt those. We can say goodbye to those for right now. And we're gonna go to the grill. Over here, I have some olive oil. And I'm simply gonna do a quick brush. I'm gonna dab them very quickly with that. And I'm also gonna, you're gonna see a little fun here. Let's get the fan on. There we go. We're gonna take our peaches on a hot grill and we're gonna lay them on. Hear that sizzle. And we are going to make some gorgeous grilled peaches with a hit of chocolate, lovely sweet gelato, some almond liqueur, and I think that'll do it. Let's save two of those to present with. Those are going to stay on there for just a second. Doesn't take very long. Remember, we're not cooking these all the way through. It's a ripe peach, so it's already soft. There's already moisture, there's already flavor. We just want to add a little bit of touch to the top with the grilling and the caramelization of the sugar on there. Look at that. That's great. Peaches on a grill. Who would have ever thought? So we're going to let them sit there, just like when we're trying to saute something. Don't mess with it. Just let it sit there for a minute. Our peaches are just about ready. Now, this is the tricky part. You want to let them sit there and get a good sharp spatula and go right under that. Pick it up and turn it over, and that's the caramelization that you're looking for. So under those, get them up. Oh, those look fantastic. We'll take those off. Look at those. See how, you've got to have asbestos hands for this. So everybody be careful at home. You want to scrape it because you want that beautiful char on those gorgeous peaches. Look at them steam. Who would have thought that you would need to do any of that? We're going to bring these over here and we're going to plate up our barbecued grilled peaches. I've got a store-bought gelato, just a lovely Italian chocolate ice cream, and I'm just going to get a nice size scoop out of that. You want to let it soften a little bit. Not too much. We've had quite a bit to eat by this point. So remember, we're just going to put a dollop of that in there. It's real simple. And then we're going to put two of our peach halves like that. And some almond liqueur, which will just go, not too much, right over the top. And I always like to just put a slice of the fresh ingredient for a little bit of color right on the edge there, so they see what's coming their way. So that's it, our grilled peach with amaretto liqueur over the top and our chocolate gelato, a great finish to a great Alfresco lunch. We've come to the end of the cooking part and I'm ready for our Alfresco lunch. Let me show you just a few things that I have, a little antipasta if you will. And I'm gonna just finish this off, these artichokes right here. They're just grilled artichokes. You saw me do the peaches, I did the same thing. This is a gorgeous hunk of gorgonzola. You know how I love gorgonzola. Some salami, some garlic, some peppers, some more olives, and look at all this beautiful roasted garlic. And what I'm just finishing up is with this antique bread cutter from Europe. I'm just finishing actually putting some bread in here. That's gonna be for the goat cheese. I'm gonna serve it in a tile. I've got some balsamic and some olive oil for dipping. We've got our gray salt right here, and this will tie them over until we get everybody to the table. And of course, the last thing we need is something for them to drink when they come in. Always a welcome cocktail. And today, because we're about Alfresco, I'm gonna do a little twist on a traditional sangria, and I'm gonna make a blonde sangria. It's gonna turn out a little orangey. Actually, it's a bottle of Pinot Grigio. We're gonna pour that in. And what I'd like to tell you about this is that there's quite a bit of sweetness in this wine, so feel free to adjust the sugar as you like. Bottle of Pinot Grigio. And then this is fantastic Italian blood orange soda. And I think this is just gonna be a fantastic combination. So basically half alcohol, half soda, half and half. It'll be a nice, easy cocktail to just slide into the afternoon with. Nothing too heavy on the alcohol content. And of course, always reserve a little bit of that blood orange for your guests who don't drink alcohol. We'll just top that with some ice. Love the sound of that. Right there, wonderful. And we have all these beautiful sliced citruses. Just squeeze. We've got some grapefruit we're gonna put in there. Some kumquats. Look at these great little things. Nobody thinks about kumquats, but they just have such a crescendo on the flavor that I love using them. And here we have some key limes. Yes, the beautiful Florida key limes. We're gonna squeeze those. And some good old American limes. Love that. And you know, just for drama, you can actually put some whole pieces in there. Go ahead and throw some white grapes in there. Doesn't that look wonderful? And we couldn't have a sangria without something red, but I just love this drink. Guests are gonna love it too. I've got a sangria ready to mix. It's as simple as that. Their glasses are here and my guests are gonna be here shortly. We're gonna start right here. Wait till you see that goat cheese come out of the oven. Come on in. Sangria, how you doing? Give me a kiss. It's good to see you.
Nice to see
Nicker, this is Nick Truenbach,
Come get me.
designer extraordinaire, and my Shosh. Hey Shosh, well, we're matching. Look at that. Oh, well.
Look at all this
Good minds
stuff.
think alike,
Always,
huh?
always.
Come on in. I know you're gonna want to say, hey Herb, how are you? It's great to see you. Good. And Jim, come on in, you guys. There's Jim. Everybody, this is my Jim Brooks. Come on in. So, how about a little antipasta? Because we're eating Alfresco, and you know me, I always put you guys to work. But let's start you off with a little sangria, huh? Just take one down and pass it on around. This is great. So we've got a little antipasta, you know, me and my gorgonzola cheese. How many, I mean, you all know the story about Scout and the cheese, right? And my dog who took my last gorgonzola cheese. It really is a true story, folks. People never realize that. And so we've got some wonderful grilled artichokes. You know, being in Northern California, there's nothing better than having these fantastic artichokes. I just grilled them up. And who's without? Nobody without.
You are.
All right, always the host, right? Gotta have some more of this. So again, we're gonna toast with our blood orange and Pinot Grigio sangria, and here is to eating Alfresco. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey.
Guys, I brought this from the
What's
warehouse.
that?
It's an antique baguette cutter. Look at this. Sherry, you are first up. See if it only cuts.
that?
So baby, you know, you just dip it in the sauce, dip it in the olive oil, a little bit of that salt.
Oh, that's salt.
Let's
drip.
go. Everybody
Okay.
grab some, dig in. Grab some bread, help yourself. Oh, and taste these. I know you love these. These are absolutely killer. Who likes the hot stuff? Herb. my Latin friends always love that. There you go. Very good, very good. And I know, Jim, this is gonna be one of his favorites, a little roasted. The whole thing. No, you want the whole thing at once? So you know what's great about this is that you can take the garlic and just take it out and spread that on a piece of bread. Is that first dibs? That's great. A little bit of love, and that's for Josh.
He's determined
What's
to
in
get
here?
us dripping with oil.
I know, you got it. Life without olive oil is just, there's no life at all. Isn't that the truth? You like that? You want some more roasted garlic? Okay, first rule, when you serve garlic, everybody has to eat it because they all cancel out. We don't have to worry about the breath, so. Here, got some good stuff. Jim, you want one? Yeah. That's the great thing about entertaining people is that you got to be ready. It's no big deal if you don't have your knife with friends. They're in your home, and we just make it like it's fun. Look at that. Are you living? I can't wait. If I start on that, I'll be on all night long. Is it really good stuff? That's loving. So then what I love to do with flavors, you know, because when we cook, we really need to just understand flavors and how they go together. And everything here goes together perfectly. So a slice, a little bit of that roasted garlic for me, a slice of that gorgonzola is what I'm thinking. And I think I'm on to just a piece of pepper. Look at that. It's like a little canopy right there in your own kitchen. And yeah, we double dip in our house, by the way. Not a problem at all. You already did it. That is absolutely Alfresco. I absolutely love that. Okay, guys, stand back because now we're gonna really have some fun.
Took my garlic.
Thanks for coming over. I know you all had to get gussied up on a
Bit
weekend.
of a smear on that.
That's wonderful. That is fresh and light, and it balances the flavor of the garlic. Do you like that, Sherry?
Delicious.
It's delicious.
She just made it up, you know, because not everybody drinks white, not everybody drinks red. And for those who, Herb likes his a little sweeter. For those who don't drink, this lovely blood orange Italian soda. And it's just making with the fresh fruits. All I did was put it all in there and shake it up. It is really dynamite.
What's this piece, Porter? What's this piece?
Oh, this is actually from the warehouse. This is from World Relics. And don't you love this? What is this piece?
Brand.
Everybody asked me the exact same question, and so did I. This is an antique bread proofing tray from Turkey. So hundreds of years ago, they would pull their dough together and they would put it in each of these slots. If I show you, you can see the indentation, which would have come out in the bread when it was cooked. And they would have proofed it and they would have baked their bread in these things. And I
Wow.
love these 100, 200-year-old pieces. We clean them great. When we cook with antiquities, we need to make sure they're healthy and they're shiny and they're refreshing because it needs to be sharp around food. And I just filled them with all these wonderful things. I even love doing these things for like a Super Bowl party or things like that.
How could they bake since it's wood?
Well, it was just the proofing. It's just where
for the
they rise.
proofing.
It's just where the bread was risen. Is that what it is? Yeah, where it was rising. So it's really fun. And how about that? I have, you know, hello.
Can you cut the
I
salami
love, you know,
in
I'm
that?
all about scale. You know what I mean? When it comes to entertaining.
Can you cut the salami in that?
Can I cut? You know what, Sherry? You're always asking me the tough questions. I don't know. Can we cut the salami? We can. Wonderful. You know, these really are tough for me to find. That's great. Okay, and I know what she really wanted to say is, can I have a piece of
Piece of
salami?
salami.
That's what she really wanted to say. But that's okay. So yeah, I'm learning as we go too. But you know me, I can't do anything without dipping. Okay,
Thank
just
you.
take it. Salami. You are the salami. What's the point? There you are. Wonderful. Here's the rule in my house when entertained. First one is me, and after that you're at home and you help yourself. Okay? Let me sneak my way. Let me grab a towel. And this you are gonna love. This, my friends, is baked goat cheese in a 300-year-old roof tile.
Wow.
And I am so excited to serve this to you like this. Can you imagine? Wait till you taste this. So what we have here are these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pieces of goat cheese, just at your regular grocery store. It's that simple. And I put some of our olives all around there. Remember that when we did that earlier? And these fantastic whole artichoke bottoms. They're just absolutely stunning. And then of course we have a little butter. And the last thing on this before is this fantastic gray sea salt, the celery right on top. And if it gets a little crusty, a little drizzle of olive oil. You guys know how to do that, right? You've heard it. You know some love. And this is why the bread is here. Who's up first? Wait till you taste these beautiful, beautiful flavors. I'm going to warn you, some of these olives have pits in them. So
Flush the pits.
forever hold your peace once you get one in. Oh wow. Let's get that up there. Let's just mound that on there. Nick.
Oh, no.
No, ladies first. Okay,
You
shush.
don't mean no
Okay, but I'll go
Oh,
second.
okay,
I'm
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, so Sherry's not into cheese, but she'll love the olives. You'll go second? Oh, there you go. Okay, we'll do that. Oh,
Good.
I'm gonna put somebody on bread duty pretty quick here.
Oh, Porter.
Shush.
fine.
You can taste the salt in there. The best thing about it is that there's nothing to it. It literally, it's a matter of caramelizing. Oh, there we go. Watch your finger. It's a matter of caramelizing the sugars that are already in the cheese. Just like I learned in Mexico City, this is just a change up from the same recipe that was first from good old Jeanette in Tucson. And I love doing this. So Jim, would you like one? There you go. And one more. Oh, Herb, how do we ever forget you?
Sweet.
Let's put that on there. There you go, my friend. Cheers.
you.
All right. What is it?
Wow.
I don't speak Italian. What's
I think I speak Italian.
It's
I
salute,
speak
isn't it?
Spanish.
Isn't it salute?
Salute.
Sit down
Salute. Okay. Cheers. Isn't that smooth and easy? You know, if you don't like goat
Buns up.
cheese, they'll love that. First rule of thumb, always invite fun people to your house, I tell you what. So we are gonna, you know what is my biggest rule? Out of my kitchen. I've got to get dinner on. I'll see you guys in the backyard, and we'll be out shortly. Okay?
Okay.
Hey, Sherry, you want to help me with the salad?
Sure.
All right, great. Stay here with me.
Okay.
It's too crazy. Well, anyways,
the
I'm here
tomatoes.
with my great friend Sherry Kennedy on entertaining people, and I know we always love tomatoes, don't we?
We
It's
love
like,
'em,
God, it's
yes.
hard to find a good tomato. First rule: never put your tomato in a refrigerator. I don't know what they were thinking, but it just ruins it. So this time of year, we're not in the middle of summer right now when they're absolutely wonderful, but these new vine ripened ones that you can find in your local grocers really are fantastic. Our first course for our Alfresco is a Napoleon.
A Napoleon? That's a
tomato-
dessert.
I know it's a dessert, and we're always mixing it up.
Okay.
It's a tomato mozzarella Napoleon, just
Oh.
like a caprese salad. How much time have you spent in North Beach in your life?
Okay,
Right,
got
Sherry's
it.
from North Beach, which if you're from San Francisco, you know is where the Italians all have the great food and the great restaurants. So Sherry, it's really simple.
Okay.
I'm just going to start with, well, we always want to start with the biggest one on the bottom, all right, because that's our plateau. That's kind of our base. We don't want to serve the end. We'll just discard that. So we're just going to do a nice piece. Can you just put that on the plate for me? And this is just like layering. And then, oh, look at this beautiful mozzarella.
Wow.
This is actually
Soft.
store-bought. Soft, isn't that
Nice
great?
soft.
Do that. Ah, yeah. Good stuff, okay. So just gonna do a slice of mozzarella, and we're gonna start with the biggest slice because we wanna make a tower, so I'm gonna go in a couple on that one. So give me a tomato and a mozzarella, and then here is the secret, a little bit of salt. I'll let you do that between each one. And now let's mix the colors. Let's use our yellow.
These are my favorite.
Okay, a little salt, please. You're falling behind. You're
I'm
falling
sorry.
behind. You're
I thought the salt went on the cheese. I'm
tomato,
sorry.
well, you know, we change it up. You don't have to worry about it when you're cooking in your own
You
kitchen.
want a little more salt on the
Yeah,
cheese?
That's good. I'm gonna put some salt on you in a minute. Hold on. Okay, so there we've got our yellow and our cheese, and I think we're probably ready. You know, these are small servings. It's not a big salad, so we could go another tier of red and another tier of yellow, but I think we're gonna go right to the topper on this one.
That's cute.
Yeah, you want to do that? Okay. We'll just top it with that, and a little bit more salt around the edge. That's perfect. And now with some balsamic vinegar, we're just gonna drizzle.
Oh, so you just kind of dip it in
Yeah,
there.
and I don't like it when it's on top of the cheese because it makes the cheese brown. So you just want it when they're biting in the flavor. And grab me that olive oil in that can right there. Can you just do the same thing? Sprinkle me some olive oil. Now that can go over on the cheese, little by little, right on the top. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Ah, and that's good too. So it really is that simple.
How pretty that is.
Sherry and Borders, caprese,
Wow.
tomato, Napoleon. We
Napoleon,
did it. And what?
got it.
Like straight through, right?
Yeah.
Under a minute, and 6 minutes, 6 people to dinner to lunch. It's that
That's easy.
So I'll tell you what, we're gonna take these out and we're gonna start serving Alfresco. When I said paella, I meant paella, Papa's paella. Look at this beautiful paella. It's still steaming, and how about this fantastic pan? I have been dying to serve something in this pan ever since I found it in Europe to bring down to World Relics. Look at that thing. Can you imagine who was cooking with that one day? That is meant to feed a family or to feed a feast. So we're here for the final garnishes on our paella. It's real simple. Here are our roasted pine nuts. I'm just gonna sprinkle those on top. It works real easy. And then our shellfish. I'm just using shrimp today because my favorite purveyor wasn't available. Some people don't like the clams and the mussels. So here in the States, when I make it, I just go with simple items like these beautiful, beautiful grilled shrimp that I'm gonna just top it with because that gives us all the color. And then of course, our hot red peppers, just so some spice, a little bit of love so that we can see what's in there. And then let's finish with a fresh sprig of this beautiful basil, just absolutely ready to go to the table. Salt's good, just some for texture. And the last thing again is just a splash of the olive oil right on top. Never too much olive oil. So great pan, great paella. To my dad and I in the south of France eating paella, and to my great friends in the backyard, here comes paella al fresco style.
We did it. We are in the backyard for Alfresco. Outside enjoying this beautiful sunny day. That is living outdoors in Alfresco. Let's talk about our tablescape. Look at this great table. I told you I had a surprise with these doors. I really didn't quite know what I was going to do, but these are the antique doors from World Relics, and I've just laid them over my regular patio table to make this incredible historic place for us to have Alfresco. What we see out here is our service of our beautiful dinnerware, casual flatware, some great blown glasses, and some great candles in the middle, and these ancient copper vessels filled with bread. Also, just a quick note, notice how there's the wines that we're going to be drinking at each end of the table. That way people can simply just reach in, grab it, and make it easy on everyone. I think it's really important when you're doing a table like this to really have a lot of color and a lot of comfort and a lot of ease once your guests arrive. Well, of course, we talked about having a welcome cocktail, and I want to talk to you about wine. Now, for years, I have been drinking rosé, and nobody wanted to talk to me about it. But what I think is really funny is, in fact, I was just in the other day, and the latest issue of Wine Spectator is all about rosé, and that's what I had planned. So if we were in Europe or on the Mediterranean, we would be drinking rosé, but let me tell you what we're going to have today. We're going to have a Prosecco, which is the Italian version of a champagne, if you will, all right? And then we're going to have a beautiful, beautiful Spanish Rioja, but it's a dry rosé. We're going to serve these over ice, and they're going to be beautifully crisp with all of our great food. The best news is that both of these bottles are under $6 a bottle, so you can pour to your guests' delight. And the last one I want to tell you about is a real fun one that I love. This is really Côte Provence. This is the true French rosé that you would get on an Alfresco or on the Italian Mediterranean. This is under $10 a bottle typically, and we want to always serve it with ice. I know. In Northern California, it seems absolutely like the worst possible offense. Now for my ice bucket, I have this antique urn from Spain that I brought from the warehouse. We're gonna use these real big, wonderful goblets so that they can just wrap their heart around these glasses, fill it, chill it, and drink. Salud. Okay, you guys, I hear the party. Now here comes the paella. Look at that. Is that amazing? Wow. Check out this pan. Can you say scale? Wow. Whoever says it doesn't matter, it absolutely does. So this is our paella, and it actually came out really good. I think we're gonna really love it. We're gonna start with our tomato salad with some balsamic and some olive oil, and just to get the scent of the day, that fresh rosemary in your napkin. Some color for fun, because I know this is my most colorful crowd. I know about all these guys right here. So what we have on the table, Alfresco. We have our beautiful goat cheese. We moved it from an appetizer to the table. Why not? People are enjoying it so much, you might as well make it easy. We have our beautiful roasted garlic potatoes with that kick of the capers on top of it. And then we have our Mediterranean 3-bean salad, which is gonna be just a real refreshing ice. But what you're drinking, and I wanna know your opinion, first of all, so I'm gonna pass these out, these little chalkboards actually. I got these in France, and it's what you put in your wine cellar. But I'm going to pass them out, and you all can give me a score of an 8, 9, or 10 on these wines. What happened to the 5? I don't accept 5. No 5s at all. And here's chalk. You break it in half, you pass it along. It's just like in grade school, guys. It's all about rosé. Nobody wants to ever hear about rosé, but let me tell you, in France, as I said, we drink rosé. In the Mediterranean, we drink rosé. Taste this, right? 1, 2, 3. Cheers, taste that and see if that's, what do you think? Write down your scores, 1 to 10. And I'm gonna go ahead and start dishing up plates. Okay, Shosh is first in. What do you have, Shosh?
Will you fill it out for me?
It's an 8. Anybody else? 9. You gave it a 9.
8.
And an 8. All right, too much reality TV right here. And we have an 8 plus or minus. Hey, listen, everybody, this bottle of wine is under 10 bucks. And the other 2 that you're drinking today is this beautiful Prosecco Italian champagne. It's under $6 a bottle, and this other fantastic dry rosé Rioja under $6 a bottle as well. So let's dig in. Let's start with our tomato salads, and we'll be on to the next courses.
I want to be here. Thank you. This will go
Here you go, June. Okay. You want 'em. Here's from my house to yours. This really is entertaining people in the best way, from Papa's Paella to all the great food with friends and just wonderful memories, because you know, from every one of these memories, we've made a new one today, and that's what this is all about. So I want you to promise me, I want you to go home, I want you to find a $5 bottle of wine, I want you to mix some beans, put some garlic on some bread, and I want you to make a memory. Find a place, everybody has a place to do it, okay? Entertaining people, from my heart to yours, salud.